Hi everyone, I'm going to be talking to you all about the various kinds of stretching today. So the top of my infographic, you can see I have the question, can you touch your toes? This is a pretty basic stretch a lot of people know, and it's a good indication of how your flexibility is going. So the first kind of stretching we're going to be talking about is active stretching. This type of stretching is done by contracting one muscle to stretch another, or the opposite muscle. The stretch position is typically held for time, about 10 to 15 seconds, and this kind of stretching can be done both pre and post exercise. It's a great thing to do pre exercise because you're starting to activate muscles by contracting them. This type of stretching has been seen to increase our range of motion when compared to passive stretching, as well as improve things such as vertical jump height, muscle activation, and just really getting your muscles ready to fire. An example of this stretching would be to lay on your back, lift one of your legs up above your head until you feel a stretch and hold it there. Whenever you're doing this, you're contracting your quad muscles while stretching your hamstrings. So our second type of stretching that we're going to be looking at is dynamic stretching. In this stretching, we're also using our muscles to contract or stretch. The difference here is the position is not held for time. This is now a movement stretch, so you're continually moving through this range of motion. Stretching like this can be sport specific if it needs to be, and it's mostly done pre-exercise. This type of stretching is going to warm up and activate your muscles as well as increase your range of motion. Dynamic stretching has shown positive effects on muscle activation, strength, and large injury prevention. An example of this kind of stretching would be to do leg swings or arm circles. And our final type of stretching is passive. This is probably what you're most familiar with whenever you think about stretching. This is when an outside force, such as a band, the ground, gravity, or another person, stretches the muscle and holds it for time. Again, about 10 to 15 seconds or longer if you would like. Passive stretching should be done post exercise because it relaxes and weakens your muscle and connective tissue. It's shown to decrease strength in the muscle shortly after stretching. There are some sports with large ranges of motion that will do some passive stretching pre-exercise, such as cheerleading or gymnastics. This type of stretching will help relax your muscles, increase your range of motion, and help with soreness over the next few days. An example of this stretch is a pike stretch or trying to reach your toes and you're stretching your hamstrings passively. For more information on stretching or ideas, you should talk to your trainer or exercise physiologist. Make sure you're properly stretching and warming up your muscles, both pre and post exercise, so that you don't injure yourself and your muscles are ready to fire. Thanks for listening, guys.